Dun, dun, dun.
Rum Nitty versus A-Ward.
Yeah.
Did all of y'all watch this battle?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Four times, man.
Off the rip. What's up, Nitty? This battle was amazing.
Let's go. What
This
we
battle
talking
was
about?
amazing.
Get to
I
the
need to
fourth
rewatch
round.
the third. Not gonna hold you. I definitely want to rewatch the third.
Okay,
This
off
battle
rip.
was amazing.
Who'd you have? Off rip. Just first watch. Who'd you have? We ain't got to get into the rounds yet, but just who'd you have on first watch? It's really no wrong answer. It's one of them type of battles where there's no wrong answer.
Off
Agreed,
the rip, I
agreed.
got A-Ward. Off the rip. Off the first, I got A-Ward. For right now, you know what I'm saying? I got A-Ward.
I think he got A-Ward too.
I got
I do
A-Ward.
like A-Ward.
I
Sorry.
got Nitty first and third.
Not sorry.
I got Nitty first and third. And I got Nitty first and third. And it gets clearer every time I watch it. You see, I'm
Okay.
here watching it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah. How many watches you in? You watched it what, 7, 8 times already?
Huh?
How many times you watched it already?
Probably like, shit, I done watched it 4 times today.
Okay.
I was cleaning my aquarium. I just had that bitch running.
Nah, I hear you. Start catching
I
it.
got a 70-gallon aquarium in my living room. Man. I was cleaning my aquarium. I got off work and just listened to it.
I do feel like this battle definitely comes down to the third round. Third round
See?
be a very decisive round. It could go either way. Anybody, having Nitty or having A-Ward, I wouldn't be mad at, because this was a great show by both battlers. They both came and put on, show their style, show performance, show just crowd control, everything above the rim. You feel me? So that shit was a great battle, to be honest.
Absolutely. And I feel like if it don't come down to the third for someone, if they feel like they have a, you know what I'm saying, a clear perspective on the third, then it's going to go back to the first. Because even though Nitty went crazy and Nitty's round was so great, A-Ward's round had a lot in it. So if you're talking about bar for bar,
bar for bar, it wasn't. Nitty had a whole,
for me,
a whole first round of triple entendres. I have never seen that. Like, that shit was out of this world. And then listen, I heard A-Ward say, yo, I've never stood in front of a round so crazy that I just knew I couldn't beat it.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to pack fucking 8 rebuttals in one. That shit, you
what I was
say
gonna
a
say.
fucking
Like,
smorgasbord of rebuttals. That shit didn't work.
The bar, the
Nah, the
round,
rebuttal was fire, bro.
Then no, it was fire, but he tried to pack 8 of them in there. But the only one that really hit that you run with was the last one.
The last one.
So it was like you tried to pack because Nitty had too much. He just had too much. The NCAA, the Terminal 2, that NCAA.
I feel like the
review
form bar hit, and then the C3 out the gate. I mean, what was it? C318, C38, whatever it was. C38.
Yeah, that was fire.
Those two hit for me.
But that was, Nitty's first round was probably, I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on, Musa.
Hold on. I gotta say this. Nitty's first round to me was up there with his twerk second round. You know what I mean? With his case, one of some of case shower. Like that was one of his greatest rounds I've ever. That was one of the greatest rounds I've seen. Like, I'm like, wait. Every time I watch it, I catch something else. Like, I'm like, he had a whole round of damn near a whole round of triple entendre. When have we seen that? And they all hitting punches back to back to back, and there's all triple entendres back to back to backs where he got punches in the setup leading to a triple. It was ridiculous. I said, how do your brain even make this?
Shout out to Nitty.
Crack you across the head with the wine bottle, pull it out, leave a chart in there.
Let me get into it, my brother. He said, I'm nervous for you. About to be a cold murder show. Close curtains.
Hold on, Prince. Hold on, Prince. I don't know. Your Prince, listen, the purple rain fucking your Wi-Fi.
It is. It's fucking me up right now.
Yeah.
I'm good?
Yeah. It's fucking your Wi-Fi.
He said I'm nervous.
Nah, your shit fucked up.
My shit fucked up.
If you only had diamonds and pearls. Listen.
It's not that bad.
It is bad.
Be wildin'.
That time of the month,
All right, now you think you're good now.
I said I'm nervous for you. Yeah, cold murder show over closed curtains. He just threw just to watch how urgent I move. I can't wait. I'm about to send your spirit straight out the gate. And this is gonna be terminal too. Come on, that shit was crazy. Too much anger, you in danger. Revolver dumping, whole shells in it like a noodle strainer. Come on,
Yo,
See,
that is
Noodle
crazy.
Strainer bar was
that
crazy.
was crazy,
You
bro.
know what? Oh, one of my favorite bars in Nitty First was the fucking not available. This
Oh
man
yeah, mental.
said, "Oh my gosh, did I
In
really write it
slash
out?
A, not
Put it if I
available.
put man, what?
In
If
Yeah,
I
slash
grab a
A, not
blade
a.
and slash A is what? That was
listen.
Y'all
crazy.
was hoping to see Aaron live and he was shot
That was
previously.
crazy.
Hey,
Hold
yo,
on, let me look at my
Yeah,
notes real quick.
you didn't
That was
even let me
crazy.
get to that
That
one.
was
You
one of
didn't
my
even let me
favorite
get to
bars,
that one.
y'all.
nah,
That
cause you
rate,
don't got you gotta cut sitting off because he'll try to recite the whole first round bar for
yeah,
bar. We just need the highlights though.
yeah.
Listen,
I'll highlight the whole first
Nah,
just
one.
do your
don't
thing,
listen.
but I
You
thought
just
the
need to
future
give us
future theme
3 or 4 bars. We just need
was
the
dope
highlights.
too.
It's
Yeah.
so
Future theme
crazy
was
that
That
dope.
Razorback shit was for me though. That was it for me.
yo,
The
yeah,
what?
give me that scheme. Give me the
That
NCAA.
he said the try and duke it out as soon as you're getting cut today. A Wildcat split him in half, and when I bring this Razorback NCAA, that shit was
Oh my
crazy.
god.
Yeah,
That shit was crazy,
When
bro.
I
yeah.
bring this Razorback NCAA, double A, you'll see two.
Even the small
Yo,
things that he's like, Ward is gonna talk about. He said he's gonna talk about God this whole round. No, nigga, I'm gonna talk about these
my
guns.
guns, you gonna end up using their life to these. What?
That's that shit small things, but that shit just get right through the
So you
round,
gonna
bro.
spend a whole round talking about God and end up losing the battle to me? No, I'm gonna spend a whole round talking
That's
about guns and
personal
you gonna
too.
lose your
He's
life to
right,
these.
right to his opponent. Like that's personal. So it's
Yo,
great.
A Ward had a good first round too. I thought A Ward took the second clear.
Hmm.
Agreed.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I think he edged the second. I think he edged the second. I ain't gonna say clear, but I think he edged the second. I gave A Ward the second. I don't think nobody's really like debating that. You know what I mean? But the
Second round.
That's
third
why he
is the
got it
one.
pretty
The
clear,
third is debatable.
like
So
you said.
you because you had to have it 1-1 going into the third. Am I lying?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Because you got to give Rum Nitty the first. You got to give A Ward the second. The third
Mhm.
is the most debatable round because A Ward's third was super
It was
crazy.
fire. I
And
just
Rum
feel
Nitty's
like Nitty's
third,
was
super
good.
crazy.
Nitty had a good third round as well. I just feel like I appreciated A Wars more, and then especially when he got to the real talk real quick, and with the URL
With the
breakdown as
UR,
far as the
did we
Mhm.
just
appreciation and
become
the you know
best
what I'm saying,
friends?
and then he like the Step Brothers
Yeah,
bar.
that's
Like,
what I'm
come on,
saying.
everybody that know me in like in real life know me like Step Brothers. That's one of my favorite movies. My nigga, like what?
Yo, I love
So
all Will
that hit
Ferrell
for me.
movies. I ain't gonna lie, I love Will
That
Ferrell.
hit for me. That hit
Talladega
for me.
Nights is me and my brother always shaking bake. I love Will Ferrell movies. Step Brothers, my shit too.
Facts.
Yeah,
Step
yeah. I
Brothers,
thought.
like the shit.
Did you get the?
So
Did you got the? Did you transcribe that round?
Yeah, nah, I did not try and scribe that round. No, I did not.
see, that's the
So
that's
you
this is the
came
thing
here
I
with
think I
one
want to go
round?
back to, but
Nah, I transcribed only 2 rounds. Honestly, I didn't get to the third because I wanted to hurry up and get ready for the show.
see,
I foremost, so I
So you
damn.
were
apologize.
just going Jersey the third?
Nah, hell no. I got them. I
He was
agree with I
going
agree
to
with
spin the
Candace.
block. That's what
He
He's
happened.
going
made it
Jersey the third.
personal. He made it like he made it particularly to what exactly is going on with Rum Nitty right now with the whole URL situation. He made it personal to him and made it relatable. He made it relate to the crowd and to everybody around him. So
Was
it's a ball that transcends the battle to me. It
yeah.
takes
How do y'all feel about this situation? Well, this is how I feel about, and that's crazy. You said that. That's a good segue into like Rum
Mhm.
Nitty. Like he feels like URL. They ain't fucking with him. He just posted it like URL ain't fucking with me. How can URL how could y'all make him feel like he's not appreciated? This is Rum Nitty.
I mean,
Mhm.
I could understand that they haven't really been booking him like that. When at one
But I'm
point
trying to figure out why. Like he didn't win the
they go
tournament. He
back
didn't.
to back simultaneously, and then
He
it's
didn't
like
gave you some of the greatest lines, greatest rounds, and greatest battles in your company's history, and you telling me that you just not reaching out to book him? Like it's not people who you got Fonz and A War on the table right now. You had it in the tournament. Right after both of them got out the tournament, you were supposed to book that for the next one. You supposed to book that
Now,
for Gnome or Summer Madness. But who's to say? Who's to say? Which is another. Who's to say that Rum ain't just talking shit and we get an announcement that he on Summer Madness?
I don't think so. I don't think I've never
I don't
seen.
think that's so either because Rum's been pretty transparent his whole career.
I've
So
never seen run promo like that. So I really think that's super out of character for him personally.
Yeah, so I feel like, and that's what I'm saying. He's been kind of transparent his whole career. I don't feel like, yeah. So if that's the case, then URL, you dropped the ball on one of your greatest assets.
Honestly, yeah, he still got battles he can take over on URL. Like, man, this shit is really heartbreaking to be honest. You want to see the best on the best leagues and everybody come together and battle eventually. So it's really heartbreaking. But I know Geechee gonna take care of it. You know, he's gonna hold it down on the right. I'm sure Rum Nitty's gonna go
He
out there.
shouldn't have to though. Is the point?
I agree with you, my brother, but what else can Nitty do if the leagues ain't booking him? He got to go out there and go
Like
get it.
you got Nitty, you still got EFB versus gun titles on there.
That
Like
would
you
be
still
crazy.
got, like, come on,
Double
man.
Impact 3?
I'm
That would be
confused.
crazy.
I would hope that Nitty could take care of it himself. You feel me? Like I don't see what Geechee could do that he can't do for himself. You understand what I'm saying?
Right?
Not
He
that I
should
know
be.
any of them
He shouldn't
personally, but
be.
it's like if he was there before Geechee, why would he need Geechee help to get a fucking bag? You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, politic and them people politics. You heard?
No,
But
at all, at all.
Right.
But
you know what I
at the end
mean?
of the day, you
But it's
shouldn't
just
have.
it's heartbreaking, like you said, and it's just sad that, it seemed like these I was about to say stars, but these guys, you know what I mean, they go through these periods of time where they struggle with their platforms, you know what I mean, and
Mhm.
just go through different things or what have you for whatever different reasons. So hopefully whatever's happening, it's ironed out sooner than later. That's my take on it.
Yeah, my thing is with URL is like, don't drop the ball with your, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean. He's Rum Nitty, like he's like great. That'll be like, you know what I mean. That'll be like the Memphis Grizzlies dropping the ball with John Morant. His, you know what I mean, his contract year. Like, what are you doing? That's like right now, if the Ravens fumble the bag with Lamar Jackson.
Be like that sometimes, though,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? Like, it's that. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is your problem? That man shouldn't feel like y'all ain't fucking with him.
You
Like, he should feel like, I'll be Rum Nitty. Like,
Mm.
hey, I want Battle Fonz. And boom. Like, Fonz is the highly anticipated battle. You just got Nitty sitting on the show. But who knows, you know what I mean? What's going on? And like she said, proper context, we don't delve into that. But I do say, like,
Mhm.
Rum Nitty, he need to, you know what I mean? He still got battles on URL. He can still see easy. But like, you
Mm.
know what I'm saying? We want to see him in Fonz. It's still people that it's still we want to see EFB versus gun titles in the 2-on-2. Like it's still
There's still stuff
like
going on. You know what I
don't
mean?
let
It's
don't
still,
let
it's still a lot of
Still
plates out
stuff
there, man.
shaking and baking. You heard?
and then don't lose so much contact where now he feel like, oh yeah, now I ain't fucking with y'all. And you know what I mean? It didn't you know what I mean, you know what I mean, just not, not it made it not be nothing there. But a lot of miscommunication and rumors could lead to tension. It's just like I ain't fucking with it. You know what I mean? Now, we
Right.
don't need none of that. You know what I mean? This is
And sorry, Musa.
no, you
Who's to
good.
say though, right, on your mention? Because I don't know about none of this for real. For real. I'm just tapping back in, like you just, you know what I'm saying, pointed out. But at the end of the day, who's to say if he is really struggling with URL, right? This gun titles versus EFB thing could have been started off of that. Like, how you gonna have a war without Nitty? They could have just
Definitely
started a
can.
fake war just for that. You feel me? Like, come
Mhm.
on. I don't know.
Like it
Like y'all
definitely
said,
can have.
Geechee might
I
take care
think
of whatever. Like the the brotherhood of, you know what I'm saying, that circle might just be looking out for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my thing is bottom line is the best talent need to be in the best place. Whether that be, and I'm not just saying, what I mean, I'm I'm saying across them top leagues. URL, RB, King of Dot. We know that URL is the top. No slights to all of them. But I'm not saying that those are little leagues because those are major leagues in their own right, respectfully. You know what I mean? So, they have great events year round, just like URL. They, you know what I mean? They numbers is great and all that. I'm not trying to slight them, but we know that URL, marketing wise and everything else is just there. You know what I mean? They're the top of the food chain.
Right.
So if you have the greatest puncher ever, or the at least the top three in battle rap history, if you got the greatest of anything in your hand, if it just got to deal with the culture, don't fumble it. Don't fumble it. If we didn't see y'all fumble Hitman, you know what I'm saying? Fumble the bag with Hitman. And we didn't see y'all. We didn't see y'all, you know what I mean? Like, not Nitty. Come on now, but I want to see Nitty on URL stage against Fonz, against Easy. These battles that we know can only happen on URL. And he might have
Mhm.
some battles elsewhere that we might want to see on RBE or King of the Dot. But you know what I mean? This one specifically for URL, like y'all the top league, y'all should make the top talent feel any type of way other than welcome.
Of
If y'all
course.
the top
Yeah,
league, the top
yeah.
talent. That has
Already
to go,
feel
the
so.
respect has to go hand in hand. The respect has to go hand in hand with the talent. Some people should just garner that much respect to be like, you know what? Like every single time it's a big card or event, we need to reach out to them whether
They're
they
on
would,
it, regardless.
especially if it's an anticipated battle on that. We should be trying to make it work. Who's to say they wasn't either? You know what I mean? But
Not to say it shouldn't be a fair rotation, you know what I'm saying, of talent as well, because excuse me, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we do as the consumers get tired of seeing the same faces all the time as well sometimes. You know what I mean? When people are getting pushed to the max, because that goes on too, and it's just like, hey, bro, like let's circulate some shit
I
sometimes.
don't know. I don't know because I don't feel like people is not pushed that ain't hot. You know what I mean? I feel like yeah, we want to
Ever?
see. No, I
Oh,
ain't saying. I'm not saying ever. I'm talking about now. I'm
oh,
not saying ever. Like we can get into that, but no, I'm
okay.
saying as far as a new rotation, like everybody that's at the top, I feel like you know what I mean. We always want to see them. We always want to see
Fair.
Rock, Surf, you know what I mean, Cal, and DNA. We always want to see the certain people from the
That's not
URL
true
era.
though when they're getting certain matchups sometimes.
Yeah, I mean matchups do matter. Matchups matter regardless. But I'm saying there's certain people because we just talking about same old faces. There's certain faces that we always want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because they built,
Sure.
you know what I mean? They built the stage. Like for 12 years, them crowds been coming to see Sue Surf and Tay Rock and Hitman and you know what I'm saying? DNA, Calico, K-Shine, and that URL era. They built them crowds. They built the stage. They built, you know what I mean? So yeah, certain people we always want to see. So they always should be in rotation. But yeah, I understand what you're saying is sometimes we want to see the real six and the, you know what I mean, and the other people who, but they got to get there because as long as LeBron in the league, his backup ain't gonna get as much burn. I'm sorry. Like
I see both perspectives though. Like I do agree with her when she said that a healthy rotation would be good for the consumer as well as for the league. For everybody to feel like everybody's eating.
it ain't
But I,
about that. It's about
can
ticket
see the
sales.
perspective too, Musa, where LeBron got to feel like he LeBron in the league. Like if LeBron don't
It
feel
ain't
like,
even about him feeling like that. He still is.
yeah, but
Like he
regardless,
still
the
is.
league got to treat him as such.
Like we still got top tiers. That's still that. So like
Mm.
these young boys, like y'all want to see these new people, but they're not excited. Like, they don't when you got big stages and money on the line and everything, you turn into people like that. The Sue Surf and Tay Rack that when you announce them that 4 days later the ticket sales are gone. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? As opposed to these young people who say that you want to see their face and that's cool for talent wise, but them type of people you need to be putting on the app respectfully be not. I mean, I want them to get their big stage performances, but you got to give them the right looks for that, and they got to work their way up into the matchups and into that type of rotation because like it's still you still got people. Yeah, I would love to see. There's certain people that I love to Kid Chaos. I want to see Kid Chaos on the. I love see. I would love to see Kid Chaos on every car. I would love to see Real Sick. Like I love,
Mm.
like you know what I mean. This Ace, I mean too. True Pro, of course. You know what I mean. Piranha is certain people I feel like need looks, but in reality, I also know that it's a game of seniority. They're still here performing at a high level. Who am I to take the ball out their hand in the fourth quarter and give it to you?
Right.
Then the nigga on the court. What are we talking about?
Huh?
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
But I do
This
want
is
you.
a
It's true. I
competitive
want you on the
sport.
court. But I mean, but it's got to be the right matchup. Like
Absolutely. I'm just saying, in responding to what you're saying,
I know,
that
I
is
know.
also could possibly be the case. That's all I'm saying. It ain't just about these
I know,
old,
I know,
you
I know. You
know what
like
I'm
to
saying?
be objective.
Not
That's why
old
I
people
like
like
you.
that, but when talking about basketball, like, you know what I mean? Seniority and all of that, all of those such things, absolutely. You keep the respect, of course, but sometimes your spot gonna have to get got. And somebody out there need to freaking do it. What's up?
Yeah,
I like
You know what I'm
it. I
saying?
like
They
it. You
call
got
me.
to shake up the rotation sometimes. You got
You
to
know what
make
I'm saying?
niggas hungry.
so you
Exactly.
basically saying like you know what I mean, Christian Leitner, like put one of the college kids on the team with on the car with all vets. That's cool. That's cool. Like, okay, but make
Okay.
sure that like I'm just saying, like that's cool. Like Christian Laettner was on the Dream Team.
Okay.
That's cool. Like he could say he was on the Dream Team, but
Okay.
it doesn't matter because everybody's only talking about Jordan and Magic in them. Like I'm just saying, like y'all be wanting, then I want them to get looks, but like when these top people is still where they at, it's hard for them. And I'm not. I can't say that they don't deserve it because I feel like all of them deserve everything. But I also feel like they deserve a certain amount of respect too because they built that, and I can't even look at you as you know what I mean up there with them until they not worthy of being up there no more. This is what it is.
Okay. I see what you mean.
So
This
passing
is
the torch in a sense.
until
Right.
like until he stopped being what he is, like until he Jordan on the Wizards, he's still Jordan.
But we talking about battle rap, like how,
Exactly. Because I was
like
just about to
there is
say,
no
in this
return
sport,
in battle rap.
you can
Listen, and
always
tell
be
you
who you
if you
are.
top tier and you perform it like you top tier, when you Tay Rock and you 14 years in and you still giving us performances on big stages that is, you know what I mean, shaking the culture, you still performing on a high level, you are still basically winning championships. Why would I go and say, hey, you know what I mean, let me ask Trey Young to play in this game, or let me ask such and such to play in this game? No, bro, you gotta get them. They're on a high level. They're gonna sell tickets. They're gonna perform. Everybody's gonna show up to see them. Tay Rock is going to Battle Swamp in North Carolina. Damn near half the crowd is coming to see Surfer Tay Rock. They're at home wherever they go. So it's like them type of respect. These young talents don't garner that. You can't put all of their names on the card and sell out of Summer Madness respectfully. But you could just put two battles on there with Surf and Rock. And now to Swamp a rookie, his matchup makes him what? But if he was on there with somebody else, it would have garnered that same ticket sales. Let's just be for real. If JC was on the card, if Swamp and JC was on the card, and it wasn't Sue Surf and Tay Rock, would tickets have sold out? I would be able to get as many tickets as I wanted right now.
But
But
I
Fact.
see, but now we're moving forward to like star power and shit like that.
But
You know
star
what I'm saying?
power is garnered by ability. Because you can't be a star if you can't play. I ain't seen no bum make the All-Star game.
Look, I
Nah, that's part of it got to do the nostalgia and people, already watching these people for 14, 15
No, because
years.
y'all don't give that respect to
Already
Big T.
invested.
Y'all don't give that nostalgia and all that to Big T. Y'all say, oh, he talented, but he's this and
Nah,
he's that.
so this
Nah,
is
but then when the top tiers is still, and I still believe it, I still say Big T is what he is, but y'all will use that for him, but then say, oh, we need, man, come on, bro. We can't do that. Listen, these are legends. They at the top of their game still.
but
They
that's not
built
true
this.
though, because it does happen. Like you bringing up Big T. It's some people right now today that feel like Big T ain't shit.
But
Excuse me. You feel me?
cool. That's cool with Big T. But what about the rest of them? Am I supposed to
What
give
you
Stumbles a look
mean?
over Sue Surf?
Now
Hell
you
no.
going crazy. Like, all right,
yeah,
let's
That's what
talk
I'm
about something else.
saying.
Let's
I'm
talk
I'm
about
just
something
putting it
else.
in context. I'm just
Cause
putting it
you're
in
bugging
context.
out. Let's talk about something
So
else.
you bugging out now. Don't.
him too, bro.
No,
Shout out to him.
but that's
We're
that's
not doing
essentially
that.
what we're saying. If I pick any of them to be on these big cars and to pick any of them, the younger talent over them. Why? Because we know from a money standpoint, it's not gonna add up. The numbers ain't gonna add up, and from just the culture standpoint, like you ain't gonna be able to. Like, come on, man. You could have a couple. You could have a couple battles on the card with a couple top tiers, and the rest regular battles. And they'll say, "This don't feel like summer, man. This don't feel like no." Remember last year?
I mean,
Remember
I
summer
agree with
last
you, bro,
year?
because you got to chalk it up to the battle rappers and the material, like you say, like the Mike P's, the Real Six. Like if they're not going up there putting up true surf performances, people are not gonna garner that. The ticket sales is not gonna
There you
garner
go.
that.
So you can
It's
say
not
star
gonna-
power, but right? Star
Okay,
power is
but
guarded by
listen, you okay? It's not like I don't hear you and I don't, you know what I'm saying, feel what you're saying, but
talk your
I
shit.
just can't
No,
let it go because you speaking as if this game is not fickle as it is. Surf has been just recently. Surf, Suge, These niggas was just going through the mud of not being on the status that they're supposed to be on because of the run
Talk
that they
about
had.
it. Talk about it.
Like, what are you talking about?
No,
You
so
speaking as
we
if there aren't already
They
periods in
were
your life
years. They
where
got
niggas want to see
numbers.
the smaller niggas over the top niggas because they not fucking with them in a certain kind of way. You're
That's
bugging
why
and something
wait,
ain't
ballers.
wait.
right.
You're taking a specific situation and making it general. We talking about generally the top tier,
How?
generally. But even if you take those situations, Sue Surf, when he was coming to giving us, when he was showing up, giving us 2 rounds, because he only could say the bad thing about him, Deluxe and 40. But when he was showing up, giving us 2 rounds versus Reed, versus Ron, versus Top, guess what? Guess what them 2 rounds were? Them 2 rounds was enough to make him a headline on the next battle, and all of us pull up and pay for it. But these young niggas, even if they come
Well,
in
no,
with
no, no, no,
three,
no, 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 no. You can't say, oh, those 2 rounds. Blah, blah, blah. The nigga is already who he is, which is your point, which is also my point. You saying this, but at the same time, they're already gonna always be who they are. Some of these people,
yo,
the nigga Surf, the nigga Tay Rock, they're gonna be 50, and they still gonna be fucking Sue Surf and Tay Rock. If they want to go on URL and still fucking rap,
but if
they
they're
could,
still, but if they're
and it's
still
still gonna be
playing,
the same.
but if they're still performing like they are, then how could you not book them?
But that's the point. Like, it's gonna always be up and down. Possibly, you can't talk as if, oh, they should always get
But
this
they
respect
going,
because
but
they're
they
so and
garner
so.
more
Nigga, they
respect than
already wasn't getting certain types of respect because
yeah.
they're so and
Listen,
so and wasn't doing what niggas wanted them to do. Like, it's always gonna
but
be
when
a
with Stu
period of
Surfer
time when
pull up with
something
two
is and
rounds,
something isn't.
yo, it was a game where Kobe scored 63.
I don't
And
give a fuck.
listen,
I
hold
don't
on.
care. I
Kobe
don't
scored
care.
63, and
No,
Phil took
no,
him out,
no,
and he said,
no,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
don't
no.
hold
put on
this
the
quarter.
Kobe, man. Flag on
If
the
he's
play.
already up two, why are we talking about he's
Off
pulling
with
up?
this nigga head. I don't
He's
care.
pulling up, giving you them type of performances with 2 rounds, and you still telling me to book niggas who can't give that performance with 3 rounds.
I don't care. I
What am
don't
I supposed to
care.
do?
I don't
I'm taking the
care.
most electrifying nigga. I don't give a fuck if it was 5 minutes, because your 20 minutes can't equal his 5 minutes. It don't matter. I'm going with him. Because these young niggas don't know. The reason that he got so much star power, the reason is that is because of what they do. They know how to work the stage. They know how to do promo. They know how to build the battle to what it is. They know how to do this. Why? Because they built this lane. So they're the best at it. And while they're still driving in this lane, I can't pick no other driver to beat them.
Okay, Musa.
I'm not picking Sin to in a race against Dale Earnhardt,
Respectfully to me.
against Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, any of them, Jeff Gordon. No, I'm
All
not.
of your points
I
are
don't give a
not
damn
to
how
be
good he drives.
argued.
He ain't gonna
All
drive
of
as
them
good
are
as
not to
them.
be argued. It's just certain heights of your points that are argued. That's all I'm saying. Can you agree with
You're
that
right.
or
I
no?
do agree with that. I do agree
Okay.
with that. That's only because you know what I mean. At certain points, both of us are trying to make something specific, general, something general specific. We both in and out of that, trying to make our points with each other. So we just bouncing off.
That's why I
And
was like, how you gonna point me out? I'm responding to you.
but that's what makes for good content. But objectively, yeah, I get what you're saying. But I'm going to still be on the side of the URL guys because you know what I mean. I still feel like they garner a certain respect as our legends and our superstars, and they're gonna always be that no matter what. And as
Okay.
long as they're here, battle rap is always gonna be in a good
And
place
I
because
respect
they're the
that.
ones
And
that do
maybe that's also why I have the perspective because I ain't on no side. I'm in the middle of the the
I'm not
the
really on no
being.
side, but I just feel
Nah,
like
nah, 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 nah,
those are
nah.
our superstars.
You
Those
on
are
the
our
side, nigga.
superstars and battle
Stay
rap
there.
in real life. You know what I mean?
It's
Like, look at
okay.
what they've done for the culture.
It's
You know
okay.
what I mean?
It's
Word.
okay, baby. You
So
want to side? Just stay over there. It's okay.
yeah.
I feel you.
Okay, so I want to ask this though: do you want to see A Ward on URL?
What?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. He
Me too.
deserves to be on there. Are you
But I don't feel
crazy?
like he has to be. I feel like you know what I
He
mean. He has
don't.
a
That's why
URL
he ain't
resume.
been on there yet.
Yeah, he
Like,
got
what?
everybody to say that he ain't this and he
It
ain't
would
that
be
until he
me.
there. He got an all URL resume. I'm just saying, and maybe you could say that it wasn't no URL, so they wasn't. Now all of them took him serious, and all of them, you know what I'm saying, showed up how they were supposed to show up. So we can't say nothing.
Mhm.
So
Listen,
He that white boy nice. I don't feel like he has to touch URL, but
anyone.
I feel
hold
like URL is a fool for letting them not touch their stage,
on.
garnering how much monetary value he's going to have.
So we're gonna say Rum Nitty and A Ward don't count because it wasn't on URL.
I
Hell
don't
no,
say
I'm
that. I
not.
would never say that.
All
That's a
right,
classic battle. I would never say
I
that.
want to make sure.
I don't. I would never say that. All
I
that
would.
URL don't count. Everything counts. If any of these men sat and old women sat and wrote their material down, memorized it, and performed it, everything count. I don't care if it's a space battle, or online battle. If you take any type of time putting your craft together and delivering your material, you know what I mean? Because you could have been doing a lot of other stuff. You could have been out in
Absolutely.
these streets
Y'all tell me
doing
if I'm
stuff.
wrong. I feel like if they're top tiers, it doesn't matter where they battle. If it's a top tier battle, it should count. But if you're not as known, then it matters what platform because it's like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? The platform is kind of
Yes,
lifting you up, kind of so to speak.
that's where the grind comes in. Yes, because just like high school and college, you try to play your way to get into the pros. So
You know?
if you young in this game, then yeah, you try to go through all of them smaller leagues. You're gonna try to hit all of them circuits until you get to a place where you can get more exposure. Yeah, then it matters because once you get to a certain place, if you get to RBE, you know what I mean, it's and you there now. You should, you know what I mean? It's a risk going to Joe's Craft Shack and getting smoked in the parking lot now. You know what I'm saying? Because your name may, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it matters. That yeah, that matters. That matters. That you know what I mean? On your path up, yeah, that matters. That definitely matters. But generally, A Ward, that don't, you know what I mean? He don't fall into that category because I mean him and his career, he's made a way in his career for him to be, you know what I mean, argue that he need to be on URL.
Right.
Arguing that y'all need to be giving him a look. But also on the flip side, arguing like he don't need y'all don't need him. So it is like he gonna keep doing what he doing. He gonna keep, you know what I mean, battling y'all talent and giving good performances until he's battled them all. And y'all didn't get none of the footage or the money from it. I mean, let's just be for real. He's battling all of y'all talent on other leagues. Y'all not getting paid for none of it. And on top of that, you can't really say nothing because he's going to their home leagues. And y'all saying that these people can battle on their home leagues is in their contract. Y'all can't even do nothing about it.
Right.
And then what? He gonna spend his whole career smoking or battling all of your people and whole resume full of URL people, and y'all didn't make a dime or have no footage of him on URL. Y'all be a fool for that.
I think A was gonna go on the URL eventually. It's just the cause got to be right for him. That's how I see it.
But then
Business.
for him,
Yeah.
he ain't got to go because he said, "Shit, I done got all URL talent, and I ain't have to sign no contract and be locked in for nothing. I did it my way, and I still got the talent." He don't really like. What is it even? That's where he at. Like, what really does it benefit for me? Because I'm getting the money that I want, the looks that I want. It's just that y'all gonna what? Give me the exposure, cool. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to get the names. Cause why? Because battle rappers are competitors.
Exposure.
But yes, exposure is the biggest thing. You know what I mean? He going
But I don't know.
he
It's
don't even.
like
I don't even think he doesn't need URL. But I
you
mean,
don't need
URL
them
is
for
the
no
biggest league.
exposure.
It's the biggest
He
league and
doesn't need
everything.
it, but it's something his fans always
It's
gonna
just
ask him.
it's just a milestone at this point
Yeah,
for
for
anyone.
real, for him, it's just a milestone at this point. But the money is there too. He ain't gonna get that money where he gonna get on URL for the talent that's there. I mean, but he might get the talent somewhere else, but he won't get the money. But this is the thing, he can still say I battled all of y'all people and what didn't have to, you know what I mean, right, you know what I mean, right, you know what I mean, my rights away to not battle here, not battle there. And I did it my own way and still got the names.
Yeah.
Created his own time.
What benefit really is it for him except for monetary and exposure at this point and just a milestone, like she said at this point? Like, so he don't have to go. And then on top of that, that means that your URL, y'all waited too long. That's what that means. It's because now he don't need you and he's still gonna get the looks.
I feel like it still can happen in the next 3 years. It's gonna happen.
It's like how long it's been already. I
I
think
don't know.
I don't know. For me, I feel like if they was gonna do it, they would have did it already.
They don't want to do it. They don't want to seem like, respectfully, they don't want to seem like they gave in to the white boy. But they did it for B. They did it for Losa. They don't want to give it to the white boy. Which cool. Like if that's it, just say that.
The nigga had a way bigger campaign for Loso to get Loso on the URL
I
and shit.
mean, I'm just keeping it real. Just say that. Hey, yo, bro,
Everybody
we
say
ain't
that
breaking
again.
the rules of bending over backwards for the white boy. And if you say that, then my father might just be like, all right, well, you know, shit. Make it work for it. We didn't have to work for everything. And we ain't never had no fair shot or whatever. Cool. I wouldn't say that that's the right way, but I can't say that, you know what I mean? You're totally wrong, but you wrong for now masking it and disguising it because transparency will get you through a lot of situations, whether it's cringy or not.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just being real about it, like, oh, we ain't fucking with him. Ain't been in no rules for that white boy. That's it. Work his way like everybody else. But we're gonna make him stick to the rules, especially because like who the fuck is he trying to get in this culture, trying to get a URL? It's a black man. I mean, if he listen, I could if that's what it is. But if not, or if it's just like, hey, we're gonna make him can't really say that because there's people on URL that didn't go through that. So it's like, yo, what's the issue? Just be transparent. If you can't get to the root and don't need to cater to the branches, just keep it real.
I think it's all timing personally. It all has to be proper time. Timing, the proper matchup, the proper campaign push, the fans really wanting it. It's all timing. Everything falling into place all in the right time. So I think when A Ward, I guess, enough outside the circuits and gets enough of that push where people really want this next matchup on the URL.
You know what though, y'all? I really wonder, A Ward on caffeine, what the numbers would stream.
Tuh. Depending on the
I
matchup,
really do.
ridiculous.
I really do.
Depending on the matchup, ridiculous. Imagine him and
You know,
twerk.
caffeine, that go crazy, bro.
Yo, and then on top of this, listen, he's trying to Tay Rock said he would battle him. Tay Rock said he would battling him on the riot. URL, you would be a fool. Can you imagine?
Not to book that on the URL, that's crazy.
How?
That's sold out the gate, sold out.
Even if you say I ain't gonna give him a big stage, give him Tay Rock in the volume.
Bro, it's gonna get sold out. It could be like a caffeine, it could be it could be a Genesis,
You okay?
it could be whatever.
You okay? You still getting over that cold?
Hit her lungs. You need some water. She gotta get some water.
You still getting over that cold. But yeah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the show anyways about that time. Nah, but it's okay.
I
We'll
was
see you.
about to die. Like, what?
You all right?
Yeah, baby. I told you I'm getting over this cold. It's okay though.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. Proper contest meeting. We got a couple of interviews lined up this weekend. I don't want to say which one, but y'all gonna find out. Two interviews. You know what I mean? Shout out to the culture. Shout out to battle rap. Shout out to Candy. How you like the show? Did you enjoy it?
I was so happy here. Thank you guys for having me and inviting me out the blue. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pull up on a nigga. You feel me? You know I love you, Musa. It was great to meet you, boo. And I look forward to you guys, you know what I'm saying? Next
The
time.
pleasure, the pleasure.
I'm gonna holler at you when we get off here. We definitely gonna have Candy back.
Pull up.
Context Media. Y'all know what it is. Can't get to the root. There's no need to get to the
Bless.
picture.
Cheers.
Later.